Okay, so a crab ride principle, the basic idea of a crab ride that's generally done is having the knees outside the hips and the feet inside. Okay, feet inside the legs. The feet inside the legs isn't quite as important. Having the knees outside is very important. Turn sideways here. Okay, so this is the saddle, and in order to stay in the crab ride, you have to stay in the saddle. All right. If I go over here, if I'm off to the side a little bit, and we go down and start rolling around, and his hips get outside this saddle, I lose. If his hips stay inside the saddle, then I can usually stay with him pretty well. All right. So that's pretty much the whole basic principle behind the crab ride is staying in this saddle. All right. When I tilt somebody, if I have my knees and my elbows together, all right, or when we're rolling, if I have my knees and my elbows together, it's really difficult to get reversed. If they start to come apart, again, he gets out of it and I get in trouble. So when you're teaching kids how to crab ride, you want to make sure they're comfortable just playing this sort of game to begin with. The easiest way to show them, double underhooks here, and then they can just learn how to pinch here and then have them roll around. And once they get better at it, go ahead. Once they get better at it, they can start rolling around with the feet hooked. Okay? So right here, I'm rolling around here like this, trapping wrists, throwing half Nelsons, anything like that. Just getting good and coming in here. The safest place in a crab ride, safest place in a crab ride to stay is underneath both arms. Same with the leg ride. The minute you start going out here, it's not quite as safe. All the way to the point of being up in here or someplace where you're double outsides. Pretty standard to any wrestling, hand fighting, whatever. You want to stay inside. Okay, so that's the basic part of what you're doing with the crab ride. All right. I guess the strengths of a crab ride. When you're out here, out to the side, the strengths of it. If you know how to do it, or when they are getting ready to roll, you can hop in the saddle right away. All right, and it'll stop them from just clearing their hips. Where if you're right here and they go to roll, or if I'm trying to chop them real hard and they roll, they have a chance to get out pretty easy. Okay, so that's kind of the strengths of it. Also, running a spiral way up here is pretty good to break a guy down. I like to sort of ride a lot, but again, a ride out with 15, 20, 30 seconds left in the period where you want to make sure the guy stays down. Every now and then his hips can get separated from yours and you can end up in a situation where he'll get an escape. The crab ride, being good at the crab ride makes it more difficult, especially at the end of periods. So if I'm up here like this and I feel him starting to get out somehow, I can jump in this crab ride and scramble the last 30 seconds. Okay? That's the best part about the crab ride.